Hi there, football fans, and welcome to Transfermarkt TV International. My name is Trevor Evans, and I'm going to be bringing you the latest news, transfers, rumours, and statistics from across the world of football. Liverpool have pulled one out of the bag. Nobody saw this one coming. Dele Alli could be on his way to Paris Saint-Germain. A little bit of a negotiation going on just there. Will he stay? Will he go? And also, English midfielders are taking over Europe, scoring goals, making assists, and really making a name for themselves in the first team of some of Europe's biggest clubs. However, we're going to get started with the completed deals, and Gareth Bale has completed his return to Tottenham Hotspur. And not only that, but Spurs also completed the signing of Sergio Reguilón, both arriving from Real Madrid. It is reported that Real will cover a significant proportion of Bale's salary during his one-year loan. Reguilón, however, has signed a 5-year contract, which includes a 2-year buyback clause should Real wish to have him back at the Bernabeu, which could see Spurs make a tidy profit if exercised, but could also be detrimental if Sergio becomes a key player within the first team. A big roll of the dice there. As expected, Thiago completed his move from Bayern to Liverpool and even played against Chelsea, making an immediate impact. He completed more passes during his 45-minute appearance than any of the Chelsea players, including those who played the full game. So, early signs that Liverpool have made quite the deal, but it looks like Bayern let him go on the cheap, only getting €22 million up front with a potential $5.5 million in add-ons. Not done there. Liverpool also announced the signing of a double deal with Wolverhampton Wanderers, and this one really came out of the blue with no one aware of what was to come. Diogo Jota has moved to Anfield, with Kiana Waive moving to Molineux. Jota has moved for an initial 43 that could rise to €55 million. The 24-year-old Portuguese international winger joined Wolves from Atlético Madrid in 2018 for €14 million. And during his time at Molineux, he scored 44 and assisted 19 in 131 games. Meanwhile, 18-year-old Dutch right-back has moved to Wolves in a €9.8 million deal, which could increase by €5 million. Waive made 4 senior appearances for Liverpool, all coming in cup competitions and scoring once. And this is how we expect Liverpool to line up with these new signings. A very, very strong starting 11. They also have a very strong second 11 too, so plenty of rotation. This season is going to be very challenging for all teams, and they're challenging for titles on all fronts. So guys, what do we think of that? A very strong 22. The first 11, no one can dispute that. Very strong, well-established team. This backup 11, I genuinely thought there was going to be some opportunities for some of the younger players. Curtis Jones, for one, and Harry Wilson coming back from loan from Bournemouth, that would have had a chance there. But Klopp has decided, and in Klopp, Liverpool must trust, that Diogo Jota is a better option. But a player with plenty of experience who's taken that to the States is Gonzalo Higuain, who has completed his move to Inter Miami in the MLS. David Beckham's Inter Miami has signed another household name, also from Juventus. He's a proven scorer at the highest level and has scored in 149 games, 66 goals. The prospect of Higuain playing in the MLS just screams goals, and it'll depend on how he adapts to the States. Upon signing, Higuain said, "It's a beautiful experience in my life. It's what I was looking for, a new league, a new city, a new experience." As reported on Friday, Leicester City have signed 23-year-old Turkey international winger Cengiz Ünder, initially on a €3 million loan deal that could conclude with a €24 million transfer in the summer. Ünder is excited to be playing with fellow Turkey international and best friend Soyuncu. They know each other very well as they both graduated from the same youth academy. Known well by assistant manager John Terry from their time playing together at Chelsea, Aston Villa have signed exciting striker Bertrand Traoré from Lyon for €18.4 million. The 25-year-old Burkina Faso striker played 126 games for Lyon, scoring 33 and assisting 17. He has a current market value of 9.5, nearly half of the fee paid by Villa to make the deal happen. Also securing their defensive personnel, Villa have tied their 27-year-old England international centre-back Tyrone Mings to a new contract. He signed a 4-year deal, only 1 year into his existing 3-year deal, so he must have impressed somebody. Signed from Bournemouth for €22.4 million in 2019, Mings has gone on to make 57 appearances and provided 7 goal contributions from the centre-back position. Inter have re-signed former youth player Andrea Pinamonti from Genoa for €8 million. The 21-year-old returns, having played 37 games with a return of 7 and 3 assists during his year away, getting valuable match practice in the Serie A. Combining that with experience, Inter have signed Barcelona 33-year-old Chilean central midfielder Arturo Vidal for €1 million. He previously played in Serie A for Juventus, scoring 48 and assisting 25 in 171 games for then-manager Antonio Conte, who will hope for the same level of performances in his second Serie A stint, this time combining at Inter. Moving on to our In Focus section, and we're going to spend a little bit of time and appreciation for English talent who are having their first-team opportunities abroad in Europe. They're actually going to Bayern Munich, they're going to Dortmund and getting first-team opportunities. None other so, Jamal Musiala, who got his opportunity on Friday in their 8-0 defeat of Schalke. In doing so, he came off the bench and scored, becoming Bayern's youngest ever goal scorer in the Bundesliga. He managed this at the ripe old age of 17 years, 6 months and 23 days. He replaces Roque Santa Cruz, who is a well-established, very experienced professional within the Bundesliga, and there are only 4 others in Bundesliga history who were younger in doing so. So let's take a look at that top 5, and slotting in the number 5 position is our man, Jamal, who, as I said, on Friday got his first goal. Next up, a well-familiar face, Timo Werner, who got his first goal for Stuttgart at 17 years, 6 months and 16 days. Another familiar face and still mucking it out at Paris Saint-Germain. His first goal came for Schalke at 17 years, 6 months and 12 days. A player well known to Dortmund fans and Liverpool fans is Nuri Sahin. First goal, 17 years, 2 months, 21 days. They're getting younger and younger. And this guy, Florian Wirtz, whose first goal, 17 years, 1 month and 3 days for Leverkusen. I don't know what you were doing at 17 years, 1 month and 3 days old, but I was most certainly not scoring in the Bundesliga. So there's the full list. Some very well-known household names and a couple of youngsters in there who are currently playing, who are going to go on to bigger and greater things, I'm sure. And Musiala was not alone. Jude Bellingham, signed by Borussia Dortmund from Birmingham City, despite some competition from some big English clubs, is getting his chance. He scored in the Cup last week, and this week he became the youngest player since records began to assist a goal in the Bundesliga at 17 years and 82 days old. He could be pretty much aiming for that top 5 list of goal scorers in the next couple of weeks too, if he stays on track. Man City was setting their own records too, this time a 120-year-old record, as they won the first game of the top division for the last 10 years. Hopefully it sets them on their way to greater things this season, after last season where they just missed out to Liverpool on the Premier League title. It's great to see English talent getting the opportunity abroad and being able to deliver as well, so providing assists, scoring goals, all well and good to see. Another English player who might be on his way abroad is Dele Alli, this time on his way to Paris Saint-Germain. He's a bit more established than the other guys, and it's a surprising development as the 24-year-old England 37-cap international is the subject of interest from Paris Saint-Germain. This rumour is exacerbated by Mourinho not selecting Alli in the last 2 games, and even substituting him in the first game of the season after 45 minutes. However, it's noted that Dele wants to stay and fight for his place in the team. Since signing from the MK Dons in 2015, Alli has played 223 games for Spurs, scoring 62 and assisting 55. In his place, Spurs could be looking for a striker as backup to Harry Kane, and one option being touted is 28-year-old Netherlands international giant Wout Weghorst. The Wolfsburg striker has been in great form since joining from Alkmaar in 2018 for 10.5 million euros, and it's seen his market value nearly treble to 30 million euros. In 82 games, Weghorst has scored 40 and assisted 12. He's also indicated that a new challenge would be interesting if the opportunity were to come along, and the chance to train and play alongside Kane and now Gareth Bale would be quite attractive. Another potential London-bound Bundesliga attacker is 22-year-old Ademola Lookman of RB Leipzig. The English winger has struggled since making his move to Leipzig permanent from Everton for 18 million euros after an initial successful loan spell. Fulham have sensed an opportunity to pounce for the London-born winger and want to strike a loan deal with the option to buy. Leipzig, however, are keen to recoup as much of their initial outlay as possible. Manchester United could be about to add some competition to their left-back area, with Luke Shaw welcoming the competition. The player in question is 27-year-old Alex Telles of Porto, with the Brazil one-cap fullback expected to fetch a fee of around 20 million euros, which is half of his current market value. Personal terms have been agreed, and now the two clubs need to settle on a fee. Telles had an explosive start to the season, scoring 2 and assisting 1 from left-back in Porto's first game. In total, he's played 193, scored 26 and assisted 56. Suárez is determined to leave Barcelona this summer and has agreed to terminate his existing lucrative contract early, in doing so waiving parts of his salary and allowing him to leave for free. His proposed move to Juventus appears to have fallen through, so Suárez is weighing up his options, and Atlético Madrid could be very tempting. Whilst an interesting option for Atleti, Suárez has scored 406 and assisted 231 in his 612 career games. He is now 33 years old and unlikely to be able to deliver at his usually high standards for much longer. But then look at Ronaldo and Ibrahimovic. One way of making this happen could be Morata moving to Juventus to make space in the Atlético Madrid squad for Suárez, initiating a chain of transfers. Not content with their recent spate of signings, Liverpool now want to raid Schalke for their star centre-back Ozan Kabak. Taking advantage of Schalke's financial difficulties, the Reds believe they can get their man for just 25 million euros. Although Schalke signed Kabak from Stuttgart for 50 million euros last summer, in just 18 months his market value has exploded from 500,000 to 32 million euros. The 20-year-old Turkey international is seen as a mid to long-term first player at Liverpool. Ending with a bang and something to get excited about for next summer at least, Liverpool and Real Madrid are said to be keeping close tabs on World Cup winner and all-round good lad Kylian Mbappe of Paris Saint-Germain. The 21-year-old has won almost everything already and may be looking for a fresh challenge. To date, he has scored an incredible 91, assisting 51 in his 125 games for Paris Saint-Germain since his mega transfer from Monaco in 2017. That is near Messi-Ronaldo levels. So what do we think? Mbappe to Liverpool? Who's he going to replace up top? Salah, Mane, getting a little bit older now, sell them on, Mbappe in, or Real Madrid? Zinedine Zidane has made no secret that he thinks he's the best in the world. So, French connection there as well. What will happen? Let us know below, where will he end up? But now we're going to finish up with some statistics. And who has spent the most this summer? Unbelievably so, in the financial uncertainties, there's still money to spend in football. And Atlético Madrid have splashed the cash, although it was with a transfer mainly of Morata, who was signed before coronavirus. Tottenham, 95 million euros with 6 new arrivals. But does that include the Gareth Bale fee? I'm not entirely sure. Up next, Inter Milan, 97 million euros, and adding to their team with Hakimi. Second position, lots of financial struggles in Barcelona, reducing salaries, but 103 million euros spent on 4 new arrivals. And top of the list, no surprise whatsoever after the transfer ban, Chelsea Football Club have spent 223 on some absolute gems. Havertz and Werner, just 2 of the 6 to note. So there we have it, a combined total of, quick math, lots of money and lots of players moving between these clubs during the course of the summer. But there's still 2 weeks to go. Who will finish at the top of the pile at the end of the transfer window? That's all we have for you this week. I hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, share. Tell your friends. We're here. We want to share the news with you. Until next time, take it easy, guys.